We're at Sun and Fun. We're in Paradise City, and we're sort of sitting in paradise right now. A new arrival to the United States is the Super Petrel LS from EDRA Aeronautica in Brazil. I'm Dan Johnson, and seated with me in the pilot seat here is Brian Boucher, who is representing Florida Light Sport Aviation out of the Daytona Beach area in Florida, and he's representing this aircraft and some other light aircraft. But Brian, welcome, and what can you tell us a little bit about the Super Petrel here? Have you been flying it here, first of all?
Yes, this is the first appearance with the Super Petrel into Sun and Fun Air Show, and we brought it up from Brazil about 2 months ago. And this aircraft has been flying. We were over at the fly-in just the other day, and that
at the splash-in, yeah.
Yes,
okay,
at the splash-in. It was a little heavy winds, but we did arrive, and we did some touch and goes, and then came back to Lakeland later in the day.
Perfect. So right now, this airplane says experimental on it. But what's the plan about going forward?
We now have close to 50 hours on the bird, and the plan is to have our FAA audit. It's already scheduled for the month of June. We'll have the first SLSA at Oshkosh. It's on the production line right now. When the company's been in operation for over 20 years, this particular aircraft is MSN number 280. The aircraft that will be used for the LSA compliance and approval by the FAA is number 295. The authorities, the regulatory authorities in Brazil, ANAC, they have already approved the company, Aeronautica, with their SLSA, and they're just waiting for their paperwork to come forward. And they'll be the same paperwork, because there's a reciprocal with the two countries, will be used to get our approvals from the FAA.
Excellent. Well, good luck with that process. So let's move on to the airplane itself now. At last report, when we talked about this before, I don't know that you've had it in the water here in the USA. Have you done that yet?
Yes, in fact, when we flew off the 40 hours in phase one, I think it has probably 10 times more water landings than actual hard field landings or soft field landings, because my partner who got the approval to fly the time off, he takes off from Spruce Creek and he goes to some of the lakes close by, and he'll fly for 2-3 hours just taking off and landing in the lake. So It's been in the water quite a bit more than it's been on the ground, to be quite honest with you. Well, I've flown many seaplanes, Dan, and many light sport seaplanes, and even otters and beavers, heavier seaplanes, but I find this one is very stable with that bi-wing. In fact, it's really nice. It has no flaps, so it's very simple to fly. Gear is manual, nothing electric to fail. You put the gear down manual, and
but this is totally mechanical.
Yes, and it only takes about 10 pounds just to pull back, and then you just bring it over center, and it just goes down naturally.
And you push it all the way down then when you're doing it.
Yes.
And that gets it past the over the center, so the gear stays up well.
Yes, exactly. And you know, we track the gear. We lift off around 55, 58
knots.
Miles per hour.
Miles per hour, okay.
And then we go into the air flying, and then we retract the gear, and over to the lake we go, and we approach at about 65 to 67. Pull the power off, and it has a beautiful body angle, and that's because of this bi-wing. It comes in just the right angle to touch down on the water, which reduces the amount of porpoising. You bring the nose forward, and it just sinks gently into the water. That's it. Put the power on, take the clock, and you'll be airborne within 8 to 10 seconds.
Wow, that's pretty quick.
With the 912 fixed pitch prop under the LSA rules. With the 914, which we've been using for the last 4 months in Brazil, it's just amazing. You put the power on, and within 5 seconds, 6 seconds, you're in the air.
Wow.
It's a
well, I'm guessing that the presence of a bi-wing and one wing that's right down near the water, you're building some cushion right away to get the thing off the water.
Some ground effect, which is good, but also which makes it better to break the water, because it's always an issue breaking that surface tension from the water seaplane. But you'll notice with the angle of attack with the bi-wing, you have one that's a different angle of attack, so when you get to on the step, when you pull back on the stick, the other wing takes over and breaks you out of the water.
Okay. Good.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go. We got it up in the air now. How's she fly in the air, Brian?
Beautiful. We cruise on this particular aircraft with the 912 ULS. We cruise at about 5,200 RPM, and we're indicating 100 miles per hour. Oh, okay. And it's very, very stable.
At 5,200 RPM?
At 5,200 RPM
okay.
on this Rotax engine.
Remember, a lot of Rotax guys can relate to. So.
Yes, we're doing 100 miles an hour, and it just flies beautiful. And one day when you're back in the creek, I'll take you for your ride, Dan.
I'm going to take you up on that.
Yes,
Count
sir.
on it. So, okay, and handling? How's the handling on it?
Very nice. I mean, it's stalling. The wings set up that when it stalls, it's just a gentle stall. In fact, you don't even really know you're in a stall. No wings are dropping. It just kind of mushes down like most of the other light sport aircraft. They're very similar, the way they handle. And like I said, flying the airplane, even down to 70 miles an hour, you got full control, aileron control. It's very nice in the air.
Okay, so pretty nice airplane to handle that way.
Yes.
Getting in and out of it wasn't too bad either. Now, neither one of you and I are that large, but it's pretty roomy in here. Do you know the
45 inches.
45 inches? Okay, that's
45 inches, nice and comfortable, as you can see. Even with a big fellow on this side here, you still got lots of room. And we got good panel size, lots of leg room if you want to cruise. Put your feet.
right. I'm not banging my knees now. I'm not. I'm only average height, so I suppose a real tall guy might. But can you adjust the seats at all, the positions?
Yes, the seats are adjustable by the backrest.
I see. Okay.
Lift it up and you can go back about 4 notches.
Okay. All right. Well, a lot of good information there, Brian. But people always want more, and we need to keep these videos leaving them wanting a little bit. So
Yes.
where can they go to get more information from you on the web?
They can go to, if they search in Google Super Petrel, it'll come up to the website in Brazil, or you
That's
can go to
EDRA Aeronautica website.
yes, EDRA
Okay.
Aeronautica website, or you can go to Florida Light Sport Aviation. That's my website, and it'll link you to the website down in Brazil.
Okay, great.
And if you search YouTube videos, Super Petrel, you'll see all kinds of videos that have been uploaded for the folks to see it perform onto the water and off the water.
Okay, great. I have information about the Super Petrel. I know about Brian's business. I can link you to both of those. You can find all that on buydanjohnson.com or bydanjohnson.com. Thanks for joining us down here in Paradise City.